In this video, I will teach you how to invest like Warren Buffett, how you can build a Warren Buffett style portfolio in 3 simple steps. This is very easy and you will get out of this video with a lot of value because you will have a clear framework. 3 simple steps that are good for retail investors, individual investors. And what is great is you don't have to be a genius. Warren Buffett has built a fortune because of common sense. Same thing for Charlie Munger. Same thing for legendary investors. The goal is not to sound like a genius, to be excessively smart. The goal is to reduce the amount of mistakes you make. The goal is to not make stupid mistakes. You want to avoid stupidity at all cost, and this framework will give you the way, will show you the way. In case this is your first video from this channel, welcome. My name is Christophe Nour. I've been copying Warren Buffett for almost a decade now, and I am managing my own portfolio and for clients, and I've been performing 25% per year for almost a decade now. So I'm a public investor on eToro, and let me show you a simple framework to copy this formula. Okay, step 1, very simple. You define your circle of competence. You can do it in 1 hour. What is your circle of competence? Many people are asking this question. How do you know if something is inside your circle of competence or not? Okay, your circle of competence is represents the companies you're familiar with, the companies you really understand. How do you know if you understand a company? Fair enough. I have 2 tips to give you. 1, if you can explain how a company makes money and how a company operates in 1 minute to a 10-year-old child, good for you. You know the business. I won't be able to pitch a complex business to a child in 1 minute. You need the business to be extremely efficient, lean, simple to understand. Okay, so look at your portfolio right now. Would you be able to pitch the investment idea, the investment thesis, the business in 1 or 2 minutes to a child? The second thing is, if you buy a stock right now and the stock goes down by 50%, would you know why? I've had many companies like this in my portfolio. I don't have a 100% hit rate. I have some stocks that went spectacularly up and others that crashed down. Every time I knew the reasons why the stock would go down. Again, please watch your portfolio right now. Look at your portfolio. Maybe you have some positions that are in negative territory, that are in the red. Do you know why they are down? If you don't know, and you just follow the prices like this, it means it's out of your circle of competence. This argument is also true for not investing in cryptocurrencies. For example, if I buy 1 Bitcoin now and Bitcoin prices fall off by 50%, I wouldn't know why. What are the reasons why a Bitcoin is worth $100,000 or $50,000 or $200,000? I have no clue. This is not backed by fundamentals. This is some technology and network effects that are out of my circle of competence. Okay? You have to think a little bit deeply about what is inside your circle of competence and what is outside. Like, if you want to invest in very simple ideas, it has to hit you 2x4. To be struck by lightning and understand the idea right away. You know it, when you are hit right away and you understand right away what the business is, this is what is really inside your circle of competence. Also, all the companies you are using. You maybe have an iPhone, so you understand Apple. You are maybe listening to some music, you know Spotify. You know how Amazon is working, how Netflix is working, how Ferrari is working. Very easy to understand. As always, I started this video with this. You don't have to be a genius and to sound extremely smart to make beautiful investments. I mean, you can invest in MasterCard and Visa. I mean, come on, this is extremely simple to understand. And if you had bought Visa and MasterCard 10 years ago, you would have been a lot richer now. Like, these were successful investments, and you don't need to be a genius at all to see the potential in Visa and MasterCard, okay? By the way, if you're looking for a complete framework to analyze stocks and build a strong portfolio, I have a coaching program. More on that at the end of the video. So now that you have taken some time to define your circle of competence, the step 2 is to analyze businesses like an owner, not a trader. So I'm talking about the moat, so competitive advantage that a business has, and the capital allocation decisions. So studying a business means you look at the fundamentals, revenue, margins, earnings, cash flows, but also the qualitative stuff, the qualitative analysis, meaning what are the qualities of the business that prevents competition from coming. Second question, what are the qualities of the management team that are unique only to this kind of business? How does the management team allocate capital? Do you have a lot of acquisitions? Do you have a lot of dividends? A lot of buybacks? Do they love debt? Do they hate debt? You have many examples like this. Sometimes they hate debt at all. Do they love their shareholders? Do they hate their shareholders? You may laugh in front of your screen right now, but I am French. I come from Europe. Many companies hate their shareholders. I come from a country, France, where it's a shame to be rich. It's a shame to be wealthy, and our billionaires are hated. I mean, you have very few countries that are like this. Successful, wealthy guys in France are hated. People are purely jealous. Instead of being ambitious to be driven by this wealth and want to be the same, people in France only raise taxes and they are heavily jealous. So you have this mindset, you have companies that don't like this shareholder culture. You will see, I've seen plenty articles, I won't name names here, but plenty examples of companies that hate their shareholders. Absolutely crazy, but I've seen it. So you want to maybe to avoid these companies, right? You want to invest in a company that is shareholder friendly, that is talking directly to the shareholders in simple words. They think and they put in the shareholders' shoes. The CEO owns a lot of shares, so you have an alignment of interest with the shareholders. Fair enough. You have bonuses, incentives aligned with the shareholders. You have this long-term vision of earnings per share, not doing stupid stuff for the shareholders. And a beautiful, I have two examples just in mind that came up. You have MSCI, the company MSCI in the portfolio that is providing the MSCI world indices, with a CEO that owns like 3% of the company, always thinking about the shareholders. Very, very, very shareholder driven. Another company I have in my portfolio is Fortinet. The two founders are brothers, and together they own 15% of the company, which means if the stock price of Fortinet goes down by 50%, their net worth will go down by 50%. You have a lot of incentives for them to perform, to increase the stock price in the long term, which is lovely for us shareholders. And especially now, they just announced a new buyback program. So the stock dropped. Now the stock is cheap. So they just do more buybacks. They buy more shares. Strangely enough, in France, you don't have a lot of examples like this. That's funny, right? That's funny. Okay, so now you know how to analyze businesses quantitatively, but also qualitatively. Think of buying a stock like you were buying a restaurant, a hotel. You want to check who the clients are, the frequency of the customers, the personnel is happy or not, what's the city like, do you have a seasonality, like everything, like a real business owner, which you are. If you own a stock, you own a partial ownership of a public business, which means you are a partial owner. Never forget this. So do the work like a real owner would do. Okay? Competitive advantage, the moat, the management, the margins, the growth rates, etc., etc., and also the risks, by the way. Step 3, buy with a margin of safety, and how to know when to buy. Pretty important, actually, because you can love the fundamentals of a business, but if the price is too high, it will be a stupid investment. For example, you can buy the best hotel of a city. If it's too high a price, it will give you mediocre returns. Same thing with stocks. If you had bought Microsoft in 2000 at such a high PE ratio, like 70, PE ratio of 70, yes, it was a great business with a moat, but the stock has done nothing for 15 years after you bought it. So always buy at a cheap price, at a fair price. Never forget the price. Valuation is really important. You have to know when to buy and when to sell. Okay, let me continue. How to avoid analysis paralysis during a decision checklist. Oh, this is quite important. Analysis paralysis will give you false signals. Okay, you will see that if you focus on what you see on the internet, what you read, the videos you watch, by the way, thank you for clicking on this video. If you focus on all this information, you may be with too much noise. You will be flooded with too much information. And having a clear checklist, like exactly like this, step 1, step 2, step 3, will avoid the analysis paralysis because you will only focus on the things that are important. You see, you only have 3 steps. You don't have 8 steps, 9 steps. You don't have to focus on everything because not everything is important. If you use a decision checklist, exactly how I showed you how to do it, and all the questions, you can rewind this video. From step 2, I have given you very actionable, great tips, the kind of questions you need to ask yourself before buying a stock. You do everything within your checklist. You will avoid analysis paralysis, knowing too much noise, too much information. You don't know what is important or not. You want to avoid this, and the checklist is great for this. I have helped many clients achieve this decision-making state with a clear checklist. I think is great. Similarly to a pilot, you want to have a checklist when you invest in a stock. If you don't have a checklist, you may fall into traps. You may make a stupid mistake. This method, the Warren Buffett, beats 90% of fund managers in the long term. I've been generating 25% per year for almost a decade doing exactly this. And you are beating, I can speak for myself. I'm beating the majority of fund managers because I'm a retail investor. I'm an individual investor and I have the flexibility. I can be nimble, I can be flexible. I can invest in oil and gas plays if I want. I can invest in cigarettes company if I want. I can invest in micro caps, small caps that nobody wants to touch. I have invested in TPL, a small business at the time when nobody wanted to invest in this, an oil and gas play in 2020. Who invested in an oil and gas play in 2020? You can watch all the YouTubers, only value investing guys were touching this. Well, I was one of them. So you have to be positioned when it's not sexy, when it's not trendy, but you have a lot of value. And because I am a retail investor, individual investor, I don't have a mandate. I don't have investors with a professional fund. I can do whatever I want. I can have a lot of concentration in my portfolio. Sometimes in a mandate for real fund managers, you need minimum 30 stocks in your portfolio. I'm not a fan of this at all. I like concentration. Right now, I should have like 13 stocks. Not that much, but I know them very well. And you can do the same. If you follow step 1, step 2, step 3, you know what is inside your circle of competence. You buy with a margin of safety, you do the work. This is how you can outperform the market. And I've been doing so for almost a decade. So 20-25% per year, it is possible.
If you like this content, I have an investing coaching program. In this program, you will learn a complete investing process. You will learn how to find good stock ideas, how to properly value stocks, when to buy, when to sell, so that you can build a strong portfolio with great companies. Additionally, in this coaching program, you will have access to my personalized guidance for long-term results. We will do weekly calls where we analyze stocks together, and you will have access to my private number available 24/7 for full support. If you have any questions, I'm here to help. Click the first link in the description below to get more information. You will get a short video that explains how everything works completely for free. No need for your mail address. Just click the first link in the description and I'll see you on the other side.